Hi, welcome back to another edition of Golf Talk with Mike. I'm Mike Besa, and this is our regular guest, Mr. Reggie Nolido. Now, Reggie came up with a good topic for today's discussion, so I'll let him lead into it.
There's a lot of questions as to what makes a good golfer. One of the things that we really have to consider is it the Indian or the arrow? Is it the player or the equipment? And so I'd like to ask Mike, do you think it's the Indian or the arrow?
Well, you know, the answer, Reggie, is obviously it's a little bit of both.
All right.
I think you need to find, as a golfer, you need to find the easiest set of equipment that you can play with that still fits your eye from a cosmetic standpoint.
All right.
Because speaking as a low handicapper, there are certain golf clubs that when I set them down, I just don't feel comfortable. I don't feel good about hitting the ball.
Okay.
Right? And it's a visual bias, maybe is what you want to say. But in the end, although I would love to see a razor sharp blade sitting there in front of me, I acknowledge the fact that I need as much help as the next guy. Right. So I'm trying to find a balance between forgiveness and usability. Now, that part of the scale is going to move, from one side to the other, depending on the golfer. What have your experiences been as far as this is concerned? Haven't you found some clubs that are just like magic to you?
Well, one thing that I've been debating with myself is that I want to get myself fitted for clubs.
Mm-hmm. Which is always a good idea.
Which I've heard is a good idea. However, when should you get yourself fitted for clubs? Do you have to have attained a certain level of skill? Should you have a swing that already repeats itself quite consistently before you get it done? Or should you get it done before that to give you confidence in developing your game?
Well, I think, again, the answer is both. All right? There are certain things about a golf club that you can be fit for right off the bat. Mm-hmm. These are the things that we call, that are addressed in what we call a static fitting. A static fitting is a fitting that takes into your account your hand size, your physical strength, and your stature, how tall you are, how long are your arms, how close are they to the ground, right? Because all of these things determine how the club sits on the ground and how it comes up to you as you grip it at address. For example, none of us wear the same shoe size.
That's right.
Right? We all wear different glove sizes. Mm-hmm. And those are things that we can determine before we ever step on a golf course. If you're out there wondering whether you should get fit or not, wondering whether it's the Indian or the arrow, the answer is really both, man. Although the club can help you a lot in your game, it's not going to swing itself. So that part's up to you. Okay, Reggie, I hope I answered your question.
You did.
And I hope I answered some of your questions out there. So until next time, this is for Golf Talk with Mike. This is Mike Besa and Reggie Nolido. We'll see you again.